Good morning, misfits. And I do mean morning. It's just a little after 5 in the morning. What the hell are we doing up this early? I'll tell you what we're doing up this early. We're going to load up the truck. We're going to go to Cave City, Kentucky. And we're going to go to the Cars and Coffee over there. So, it's a cool little event. It's one of our favorite little events to go to. It's just a cool little town. They're trying to restore. They're trying to bring back to life the event. They usually have a couple hundred or so vehicles, if not more. They got live music. It's just cool. You'll see, because I'm going to do some recording later today. So anyway, we still got to load up the truck. So go ahead and hop in, get your seatbelts on. Let's take a little trip. So, 15 minutes into the trip, something like that, maybe 15 minutes, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer. Anyway, the truck was running kind of sluggish when we left the house. I thought maybe it might clear up because it hadn't been drove in a while. It never did. And about 15 minutes into the trip, it started getting worse. It was kind of sputtering, it was kind of popping. So I pulled off the side of the highway, popped the hood, passenger side manifold was glowing cherry red. I was like, okay, here we go. So anyway, as I got semis and cars and trucks going mock Jesus next to me because I'm on the highway. Some of them don't get over. They don't realize, they don't realize the danger in that. But anyway, so I'm under the hood. I adjusted the distributor, adjusted the timing on it, and got back in it. Ran better, but it was chattering. So got up to the next exit, took it, adjusted the timing back a little bit, and got back in there, got on the highway, and man, it ran great. No chattering, no popping, no sputtering, exhaust wasn't getting hot. We was good to go. So we hauled ass to Cave City. I tried making up a little bit of time without getting stupid, but we were still a little bit late. I mean, it wasn't no big deal. I mean, people were still coming in after we were. But yeah. So that was the way we started out our morning. So by now, you realize my footage is a little bit shaky. That's partly because I'm still trying to learn this gimbal that I picked up so I can get better videos out for you guys and girls. But I'm learning that thing, and I got aggravated for the first few minutes we was at the show because it doesn't quite cooperate like you would think it would. It's supposed to be auto balancing and blah blah blah. It's supposed to be so helpful, but yet sometimes you might be recording and you get to a certain angle and then the whole camera will just turn around all over by itself. So I was getting aggravated, so I just walked around with my phone in my hand. I was just recording the rest of the show with my phone. So if it's a little shaky, I apologize. I'm still learning this new equipment that I've picked up. So I'm working on it. I'm working on getting better with it. So bear with me. All right. Back to the cars.
Batman.
Man, I tell you what, these new cars don't have the characteristics like the old ones, and that's why I love the old cars. Look, I mean, look at the front styling of these old cars, the big bumpers, the big grills. But then you look at all these modern cars, and they all pretty well look the same. What fun is that? I don't want a car that looks just like everybody else's. And the colors. What's up with the colors? Almost all the cars now are like gray or silver. You know, there's not, I don't know. The new cars just do not appeal to me. Give me an old car, old classic, any day. I'll take that any day over this new stuff. Plus, ain't got all the electronics. that's it. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta get this edited for y'all. I'm out of video footage from the show, so I gotta get this done. Alright, I will add a slideshow at the end of this, so y'all can see some more of the pictures and footage from the show. But anyway, I'm out of here. Glad y'all came along, joined us in Cave City this week. Y'all do all that YouTube and stuff for me. I'll put it up right here. But most importantly, Misfits, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.